does the person you are with encourage you to read? You have to ask, what does he bring for me? Roses or books? If someone has a stake in making you better, that person will push you towards books. Books are what we all need. She's quoting from the Sahib in Nitnem. Darid dust dokh tai raha. He got saved from poverty and wants, evil ones, and from those who harmed him. आप हाथ दे लाए हो उबारे. Please help and save me. Sarab thor mo hohu shai. Kindly help me everywhere. Dust dokh te layo bachai. Save me from the evil persons and those who bother. Acharya ji, are we devoted to God because we are afraid and need protection? Or because we are in need? The hand symbols of Hindu idols too indicate, within quotes, surrender to me, I am protecting and giving. Many people who call themselves devotees are very afraid or are in need. Who then is a true devotee? Please talk on fear and devotion, Acharya ji. It is true, Parameshwari, that most people go to God when they are in need or when they are afraid. But fear is so very relative that you cannot always remain afraid. Other things will take over. Or, to put it more accurately, fear will change its form and name and start appearing in a more acceptable and pleasant form. So you will no more resent it. The basic central ignorance, which is the bane of living, does not always occur to you as fear. It can rather often occur to you as confidence. That central ignorance does not always occur to you as sadness or suffering. It can very well manifest itself as happiness and pleasure. Some forms of that central ignorance are acceptable to us, some forms are not. The forms that are not acceptable are less dangerous because they necessitate an introspection and sometimes a course correction. The forms of ignorance that are acceptable to us are much more insidious because they cement your self-belief and motivate you to stay as you are. They egg you on even as your ways are blind. So we are sometimes afraid and therefore sometimes devoted Parmeshwari. At other times, we are in other states. Nobody is afraid 24 hours of the day. Sometimes he is busy, sometimes he is dominant, sometimes he is just playing the game, sometimes he is absent-minded. There are a million shades in the spectrum. Therefore, as you have written, man goes to God or truth only very selectively. We go to the temple only when there is something that we assess as harmful or dislikable. Mind you, we do not go to the temple when there is something that is actually harmful. We go to the temple when there is something that we value, assess, or think of as harmful. Now, what to say of our assessment? You very well know how accurate it is. So when the real danger is lurking upon us, then it is quite probable that we are choosing to celebrate. And when the danger is relatively mild, then we assess it as something humongous. And we run to the temple to thwart the danger. And sometimes it is quite likely that that which we are assessing as a problem is indeed a blessing. But in our great ignorance, we are kneeling in front of the deity to save us from the danger that is actually a blessing. And the deity is wondering, I thought I just blessed him with something great, and he has come to me. To rescind the blessing. Far better would it be, Parmeshwari, if we were thoroughly and continuously afraid or in danger. Far better would it be if we could see that we are thoroughly and continuously in danger, which we anyway actually are, but we don't see it that clearly. then our devotion would have been continuous. Then the running away from the market to the temple would have been very frequent, probably continuous, and therefore probably permanent. Ours is a strange situation. First of all, we want liberation only in moments of distress. Secondly, those moments that we perceive as ones of distress are not necessarily of distress. And thirdly, we have no acknowledgement of the real danger, the real suffering that lurks within. And since we don't know of it, therefore we don't fight against it or seek freedom from it.